welcome back. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a horror story today because we're talking with the insurance guy. So of course this is going to be horror stories, right?
Yes.
I've had a call before where buyer just closed on their house. They're standing in their kitchen, cooking their first meal, happy as a clam, just excited that they just purchased one of the largest assets they've ever bought. And they start to smell a funny smell, and it kind of smells like raw sewage or eggs. Next thing you know, they're calling out the plumbers. Come to find out, the trees have actually grown into the sewage lines.
Oh, man.
So, Eddie, I know you've seen this before because we all have mesquite trees here in Arizona, and these dang things just grow like right on the surface, right into the line. So, talk to us about what we should be looking at from an insurance perspective when in that kind of situation.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen that situation maybe once, twice a week.
I was going to say once or twice. We get this situation all the time, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you just close on your brand new home, like you said, and you're trying to cook dinner, and you've got this awful smell coming out. The next thing, plumber tells you, oh, we got to tear open your yard. We're looking at about $15,000, $25,000 worth of damage. Depends how much we have to excavate, depending how big the pipe damage is, and so forth and so forth.
And it's not just the pipes. A lot of times it's the cabinets, it's the flooring, it's the
Depends
baseboard.
how far that damage got in. If the sewage started overflowing into your home, we commonly see the bathtub. We see the sewage in the bathtub. We'll see the toilets overflowing. Then that becomes nice, yucky cleanup. It's hazmat. You know, you can't just clean that up yourself because that's sewage. Don't think you want to walk around in that. But
if you need to move in that situation, we can definitely find you another house. But if you have the right insurance coverage.
If you have the right insurance coverage, right? And most people aren't going to think about the insurance because most people think that the sewage lines, the service lines that run underneath the ground, that bring you the water, the power, the utilities to the home, everybody's like, oh, that's the city's responsibility. Well, actually, it's not. It's on your property. It's your property line. It's your responsibility. And should you try to go after the city, I mean, that's not exactly an easy source of money.
Government has tons of money, don't they? And they spend it wisely.
And that's, yeah, they definitely spend it wisely. And that's something that I look at. You know, what I consider is once a home has aged at least 10 years, now those pipes are aging in the ground, and they're aging pretty fast, especially out here with the heat. And the trees just growing, like you said, the tree roots, those grow pretty fast. Depends how close that tree is. So we want to look at adding on a service line coverage and a service line endorsement, and you are not going to believe me. It's about $30 a year for $10,000 worth of coverage.
Oh my gosh.
Now, obviously, I just said $10,000 is not going to cover the whole thing of $15,000 to $25,000.
So let's double that at $20,000. Are we looking at $60,000 a year?
About $60,000, $65,000, something like that. I mean, but yeah, that's your insurance agent's job to advise you, hey, this coverage is available. Let's talk about it and let's implement. However, usually what I hear from the customers, oh, I just want the cheapest insurance. I just need whatever I need to close on the home. And it's like, hold on. Let's talk about this for just a moment. It takes a minute, but what I find is a lot of my clients, they don't want to talk about it. They just want to rush through the process and move into their home. I just want insurance. I'm done. But they forget that they're buying not a $1,000 house. They're buying a $300,000 house, $400,000, $500,000. And a lot of times, these people have just used up all of their cash that they have for closing funds. So now where do you get $15,000 to repair the house? You can't even live there anymore. You don't have water.
Well, especially if you haven't had enough time to actually take it from the house either. I mean, you're talking high risk situation here.
Right. Because probably nobody did an inspection. Nobody actually looked at the sewage lines during the home inspections.
They don't really look at that. They look at the general plumbing inside of the house and make sure everything's functioning. But once it goes outside of the house, the inspectors don't usually notate that or pay attention to that. They really
and it's almost like Murphy's Law. Something's going to happen within the first 30 days of you moving into your brand new home. Something's going to happen.
AC. First night we were moving in, it was July, it was 120.
No way.
I love insurance people and home warranty people.
They're probably on speed dial.
For goodness sake. Yeah, they really are. Because you never expect it to happen, right? Oh, it will happen to somebody else. Oh, that will never happen to me. Until you're standing there with either a flood coming in and sewage backing up, or even just with the AC breaking down. Like you said, it's Murphy's Law. It's nothing is impossible, right? And it's all about when it's going to happen rather than if it's going to happen. And great, if it never happens to you, awesome. Great. That's awesome. But what happens if it does?
What happens? I paid $30 for a year's worth of coverage, and I'm a happy camper.
Because you called Eddie.
I did.
So I do have one question around this, though, because I know in my house we often get letters from the city saying, hey, we can cover you, we can offer the insurance. So what would be the benefit to me as the consumer of talking to somebody like you versus this city offer that they're giving me?
Well, those city advertisements that they're usually sending out is usually a couple $100 a year plan. And then you have to deal with the city. And again, how How long is it going to take you to get a hold of the city? How long is it actually going to have them to come out and pay you?
Anybody that follows me knows I do not love working with the government because the bureaucracy and the red tapes and they're just not expeditious. They're just not.
And now, on top of that, not only that, you have a second or third party you have to call again versus, hey, let me add it on to my insurance. Now there's one phone number I have to remember, one policy number instead of two policy numbers, two phone numbers, and you got a messy of a claim situation. You got 4 people involved instead of 1 person involved.
Guys, I like things simple. I like relying on really good professionals who really know their world and their profession and their products.
Right.
That's why I absolutely love Eddie. If you guys are looking at buying or selling a house, or even if you did just buy or sell, I would love to get you connected with this wonderful man who knows insurance upside down, inside out, and sideways. My name is Margene, and I'm with eXp Realty.
And I'm Eddie Levin with Goosehead Insurance.